Hey guys, welcome back to the new season of Beyond the Credits, where we discuss everything surrounding the big screen. We're your hosts. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Fernando, and I'm really excited to be back for the new season. So let's get to the news stories.
The Greatest Showman ended up breaking a record late in 2017 for having the sixth biggest second weekend jump in box office after opening, rising 73% over opening weekend's numbers. And the other 5 spots all belong to Disney's animated features. The movie was torn apart by critics before being open to the public, earning a measly 53% on Rotten Tomatoes. The public has expressed a wholly different opinion of the semi-factual musical that can be attested to through continually high box office numbers. It will be interesting to see how many awards this unexpected favorite will receive as we move deeper into award season.
You know, Reagan, I think I'm going to have to side with the critics on this one. But it did make lots of money. So moving over to the world of superheroes, Black Panther is set to hit theaters in just under a month. And if we needed any more indication that it was going to be a smash hit, it is now beating Captain America Civil War in advance ticket sales. Civil War, of course, grossed over $400 million at the domestic box office. So it'll be interesting to see how badly Black Panther beats that number. Now, sticking with Marvel, one very beloved character might finally be getting their own solo movie. That character is Black Widow.
Finally.
And although not officially greenlit by Marvel, they have hired a screenwriter, Jack Schaefer, to pen the script. And she recently wrote the screenplay for the upcoming Dirty Rotten Scoundrels remake. Now, I personally think this Black Widow movie is somewhat overdue.
Oh, completely.
So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. For those of you still riding the musical haze and looking for something new to get excited about, Adam Shankman, who has been enlisted to direct Disenchanted, the sequel to Disney's Enchanted, has just announced the script is nearing completion. Amy Adams is set to reprise her role as Princess Giselle, this time with more singing and the promise of a darker twist. The film is said to question the truth of happily ever after and has been likened to Into the Woods for the theme it will explore. Hopefully, the upbeat, partially animated musical can capture audiences better than Into the Woods could.
And unlike The Greatest Showman, I actually enjoyed Enchanted, and I'm excited for Disenchanted. So now over at Fox's Marvel's department, lots of developments occurred over the last couple of days. First, Deadpool 2 has moved release dates 2 weeks up from June 1st to May 18th.
Okay.
So that puts it 2 weeks after Avengers Infinity War and just 1 week before Solo, a Star Wars story. So that's going to be interesting to see how much money those movies make. Now, if you were excited for X-Men's take on a horror superhero movie with New Mutants, you're going to have to wait a little while, and by a little, I mean a whole year, since it's been pushed back from April 13th, 2018 to February 22nd, 2019. And last but not least is Gambit, the X-Men property that has been in development hell for some time, and it seems like just yesterday Channing Tatum went to Comic-Con and went on stage and took a selfie with the other X-Men cast. But since then, the project has lost its third attached director, Gore Verbinski. So although Gambit has no director at this point, it got a new release date of June 7th and 2019, and I don't know if it'll meet that release date.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast has had the top spot in the box office for 2017's Best Movie at a whopping $1.2635 billion. Star Wars: The Last Jedi just took over with a total of $1.2649 billion. Currently, the cult classic franchise has risen to the top of the year number-wise. Whether die-hard fans fell into the category that loved the movie or the category that was full of disappointment, they all still went out to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, I was one of those fans that saw it 4 times in 4 days. So,
I
yeah.
hated it.
A huge controversy has risen in the last couple of days that involves all the money in the world. Mark Wahlberg, who came back for reshoots, was paid approximately $1.5 million, while his co-star Michelle Williams was only paid around $1,000.
Yeah.
Now, this sparked a lot of controversy online, but since then, since the news came out, Wahlberg has donated his whole salary to the Times of Movement in Williams' name. Wahlberg's agency also donated another $500,000, bringing the total to $2 million. Setting a great example for the industry.
I agree. Millie Bobby Brown, who we've all come to love since the first season of Stranger Things, has finally landed a film role to play Enola Holmes, the sister of Sherlock Holmes. The films will be produced by Legendary Entertainment and is meant to be a series of films based on the Enola Holmes mysteries by Nancy Springer.
Did you know Sherlock Holmes had a sister?
Actually, yeah, I did.
You did? Oh, I did not. All right, so that's it for our news stories. Now we're going to go into our discussion panel, so we'll see you guys in a sec.
guys, welcome back. We're going to be talking with our panelists today about the news topics we just discussed. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, guys.
And I'm Mike.
I'm Juan.
And I'm Fernando, of course.
So, the news this week, how are we feeling about the Black Widow movie? How we feel about that?
I'm actually really excited. I'm hoping it's like a prequel so we can see a little bit of her training. Like I want to see that kind of story, but we still don't know what the story is going to be about. I'm hoping it's going to be about that, but we
Okay.
shall see.
Yeah, we kind of got some of her backstory in Age of Ultron, I believe.
Right.
So I also think it was rumored, since it's not like official, but it was rumored that it's gonna like take place before Infinity War. So it's gonna be like interesting to see like where in the timeline it's gonna take place.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't it supposed to be, isn't it going to be before Infinity War takes place?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they're saying right now,
that's
at
what they're
least.
saying.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting, especially how it plays into the timeline, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking more on Marvel, what else are we feeling about the other things that are going down in Fox?
I'm kind of surprised they pushed back New Mutants. I know they want to reshoot it more to make it look like a horror movie, which I'm excited about because that's a new take on a superhero movie. But I was like excited for it. That was coming out soon, but now it's like another year. It's like
Yeah, I understand.
But
Yeah,
it's
I
nice
was-
that we're getting Deadpool.
Yeah, it is nice that we're getting Deadpool like a couple weeks earlier. I was fine with its release date of in June because now, I mean, May is like the month. I mean,
Yes.
we have Infinity War, Deadpool, and Solo. That's pretty insane. It's gonna be interesting to see how the box office.
yeah, it feels a little
Right.
crammed.
It's
Yeah.
really crammed.
Do you think anybody's going to be taking a hit because they're all jammed
Solo.
into a month?
Solo's
Solo's
gonna,
gonna
Solo's
take a
gonna
hit.
take a hit. Just because like currently it's not like in even I as a Star Wars fan, I'm not we haven't even seen the trailer.
Yeah.
Like we've
No,
seen the
it's-
trailer.
It's
We're
only a
4
couple
months
months
out?
out.
Yeah.
4
and
months out, and we still haven't seen.
So it's gonna be pretty interesting. And like Mike, I'm really disappointed about New Mutants. I was actually really excited. I really liked the trailer. But if they're doing reshoots to make it more horror-y, then I'm fine, as long as they don't like completely wash over what they had.
Okay. So the controversy that happened with Mark Wahlberg, with all the money in the world, how do we feel about that one?
I feel like it's ridiculous. Like that, especially like the difference in pay is like, they're both great actors. They came for reshoots. You should pay them the same. But I think it's a great thing that he donated the money that he was given to an organization that needs it more than he does, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Mark Wahlberg's gonna cry himself to sleep over $1.5 million. But yeah, it's so insane because, I mean, I personally think Michelle Williams is like 10 times the better actor than Mark Wahlberg.
Whoa.
She's
and she's more
She's
of a
really
cen-
great.
she's incredible.
Yeah.
And even as someone who saw all the money in the world, and I enjoyed it, she was the best part about it. Mark Wahlberg didn't
she
like
was.
make the movie for me. She was the best part about it.
I mean, and she's the one that we saw in all the posters. You would think
Yeah.
she would get at least equal pay, especially when she's probably the central character of the story.
Yeah, and so that's something that that the industry has to look into. I'm pretty sure SAG-AFTRA is going to look into it because it's not good. It's not
No,
good.
absolutely not. So Star Wars just took over box office for 2017, and it's continuing to rise. So took over Beauty and the Beast. Both are Disney titles at this point. So Disney's just raking in the dough. They're going to
Disney's-
continue to do that this year. But was it really surprising that Star Wars took over?
No.
I think I mean for the last 3 years that a Star Wars movie's been in theaters, it's been the highest grossing for that year. I guess more along the lines that it's going up in numbers, but really slowly compared to Force Awakens, and that's what people are like kind of criticizing it for. I don't know if it's actually a criticism because
still-
$1 billion is good, it's not just because I guess people are now expecting like every Star Wars movie to beat the previous one,
Right.
which is kind of unrealistic in some ways, especially with one that's as divisive as this one. I fall on the I love it, I love everything about it, but I get people's problems with it. So that causes where some people might have gone and see Force Awakens like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
This one they might have seen it once, maybe gone back and seen it twice to see if they
Miss something.
Miss
the
something.
hype.
Same.
Yeah,
I
they all
do-
missed something. If you didn't like it, you missed something.
The movie's definitely worth the second try. Like watching, like it's definitely better the second time. I feel like people are mad because it's so different than all the other movies,
Yeah.
but people are mad about Force Awakens being too similar to the rest. So it's like you can have your cake and eat it too. It's
Yeah.
like you gotta choose, but at the end of the day, it's a Star Wars movie. You enjoyed it because you saw the characters you love, you saw them on screen. Yeah, it may not ended the way you wanted it to, but it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I made money.
I'm kind of hoping this one falls on the same lines as the second movie's always the worst in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
Like the second movie of the
Yeah.
original trilogy was the worst.
Empire?
Empire was not
Empire's
the
the
worst.
best.
No,
Empire's
no,
the
no, no,
best.
no,
Okay.
no.
Like
Agree to disagree.
Last Jedi became my favorite, but I still think Empire's the best.
Yeah.
Empire's, yeah,
But-
definitely
Rogue
the
One.
best.
I'm in Rogue One's camp.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree on that one. So, how are we feeling about Disenchanted coming through? Anybody excited about that?
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed Enchanted, the first one. It came out like how long ago? It came out a while
A
ago.
while
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah,
It's been a couple.
and I mean, I love Amy Adams. She's
been a hot minute.
She's incredible. So it'll be interesting to see. I forgot where it left off, so I don't know if they're gonna like reverse it, where she starts off in like the real world and, then goes
go back to the.
Yeah, because
I haven't
mean
seen
the
the
title
original
Disenchanted.
forever, so it's hard to.
And imagine it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know she goes from of imaginary world to the.
I
real
like that
world
it
in New York.
incorporated the animated universe in Disney
Yeah.
into live action with Princess. So I think that's pretty cool. They don't do that often. But how do we feel about Black Panther? Are we excited?
I'm definitely
Yeah,
excited.
very excited.
Really excited?
Slightly,
Yeah.
slightly
Just
excited.
a little?
Yeah.
Just
Just a little. Do you think the hype from Infinity War is taking away from the hype in Black Panther?
I don't
yeah,
think
a
so.
little bit.
No?
I
don't think so.
You think so?
I feel like because people are like, oh, Infinity War, and like, there's still Black Panther. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for both, but
If anything, the Infinity War trailer made me more excited for Black Panther.
Yeah.
So.
Since it's
Okay.
the movie that's right before Infinity
So you
War.
think they're feeding off each other?
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you think I think in the next trailer that they're going to drop for Infinity War that they're definitely going to put something more about Black Panther in there.
see, I don't want another trailer. Like they're gonna spoil something. I just want to stop right there. That's enough. We've seen enough.
Yeah.
I agree, but that was the teaser, so they're definitely going to drop one more before the full thing comes
yeah.
out.
no, at least one more. Yeah.
Probably at the beginning of Black Panther they'll drop another one. But
Yeah.
But what else do we feel about Channing Tatum and Gambit?
Ah,
The movie needs to come out already.
Or
Yeah.
just,
We're
or
waiting,
just,
what,
or
a couple
just
years?
Or just
dump
drop
it.
It's,
it.
they're
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
out June 7th of 2019, but the director just got dropped.
Yeah.
So
I think they should just totally just forget,
it.
take it off the slate.
Yeah, I agree with Juan. It's been in the works for a
Way too long.
Yeah.
time. So.
okay, well that's all the time we have for right now. So we'll see you after this short break.
Is at your fingertips. Wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Do you like sports? Do you like reading about sports? Then we got a sports blog just for you. Stay on my peripherals. That's not fun. Hitting the field.
The first student-run sports blog
For sports fans.
by sports fans.
See, it's all about the product shot.
Where do you want me to stand?
Don't talk though. I want them to see the whole.
Hitting the field. We cover football. We cover basketball. And so much more.
He's out. By sports reporters and Meech.
What up? Watch the show and read the sports blog. Hitting.
Field.
Today, when you have multiple devices at your fingertips, wouldn't it be great if you could run the software you need on all of them? Well, now you can. UCF Apps is a new and innovative way for you to access the applications that you need to get your coursework done from any PC, Mac, tablet, or smartphone. For more information or to give your input on UCF Apps, go to apps.ucf.edu. What are you waiting for? Start using UCF Apps today.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about something that's very dear to my heart, and that's the award season of films. Obviously, in the summer, you have big blockbusters, and towards the end of the year, you have Oscar baits, right? But now we're in the thick of it. There's award shows left, right, and center. We've had the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice already. So we're going to go through them, talk about what we think is the front runner, and maybe some controversy with the Oscars that we might see. So did you guys saw the Golden Globes and the Critics'
Parts of
Choice?
it.
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah. So first, I just want to say Oprah's speech was the best part.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. She made me cry. That was incredible. Everything with the Me Too and the Time's Up movement was great. I think it's going to be a big presence at the Oscars again. Maybe not like the dress code, like everyone wearing black, but there's going to be there's going to be time for that, and I think it's important. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into the actual films. So we're only going to talk about like the big points, like Best Picture, Actor, and Actress. So the Golden Globes do this thing, which I'm very against, and they separate drama from comedy/musical.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is pretty ridiculous. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think they should split it, or should they just have one Best Picture?
I mean, I think it's kind of unfair, like, to categorize all these movies in the same area. Like, yeah, I understand, like, there's a Best Picture overall, but it's like hard, you know, a comedy and a drama are so different, can be so different. Yeah, they can be a little similar, but they can be so different that it's like, okay, this comedy was a fantastic movie, but, you know, this, like, if you compare, like, let's say, maybe something like Baby Driver to The Post, like, they're different movies.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to group them together.
I can see
and
that. I fall more in the line where it's like the more categories you make, like the less significant the award becomes. Because then it's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
can
you're-
understand
You're
that.
gonna get
Yeah.
one for like Best Family Movie and Best
Well, I
anim-
mean, not that broad,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
drama, comedy,
Yeah.
and I think that's probably
is-
what the best you can do.
I agree with both of you because it is really hard to put a comedy next to a drama and say, well, which one is better? It's usually going to be the drama because it has more
Yeah.
content. But the comedy is good for what it is. That being said, it is an award show, so I feel like having the one category is probably a good way to do it because it does make the award more prestigious
Yeah.
for having less of them out there.
I like the two categories because it kind of gives other movies opportunities. Too.
Yeah, and that's what the
But
Globes are known for.
I just feel they need to change it from like maybe drama into non-drama movies because
That
like
I
Get
actually
Out,
really
Get
like
Out,
that.
Get Out deserves a nomination, but it's
for
definitely
drama.
not. Yes,
For like, yeah.
yeah, but it's definitely not a comedy. If you're not gonna put it in a drama,
Yeah,
don't
it-
put it
Get
in
Out
a
is
comedy
not
and
a
musical. They
Right.
had the same controversy last year or 2 years ago
With The Martian.
With The Martian.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, that was a big controversial thing that
Yeah.
Get Out's a comedy because it has funny moments in it.
Oh,
but
goodness.
obviously it's not.
It's not.
But a lot of movies do, so it's kind of
Yeah, exactly. So now we're gonna run through the awards. So sticking with Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, Lady Bird won it. I don't know if you guys have seen Lady Bird.
Yeah, Lady
I
Bird
love
was
it. Lady Bird's incredible. I highly recommend you guys watch it. And then for Best Motion Picture Drama, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri won. And I personally did not like the movie, so I was kind of upset that The Shape of Water didn't win or Call Me by Your Name. So how do you guys feel about that if you guys have seen it?
I mean, I like the three billboards, and I've seen both Shape of Water and 3 Billboards. I like them both. Shape of Water was, you know, I love Guillermo del Toro, but, you know, I enjoyed 3 Billboards more just because it was different, you know. I just enjoyed the style of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
And Juan?
I like 3 Billboards as well. I mean, there's definitely times where you feel like you're watching a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
But I've seen Call Me by Your Name, outstanding movie, and I think that's a better movie than 3 Billboards.
Yeah.
I just feel like Sam Rockwell's performance for supporting actor is really good in 3 Billboards.
Yeah, I'll agree with you that. So now going to 3 Billboards, it did win lots of acting awards. Frances McDormand won leading actress, and Sam Rockwell won best supporting actor. I'll say the performances are really good.
Yeah.
In Three Billboards. Going over to actor in best motion picture drama, Gary Oldman won for being Winston Churchill, which was insane. He doesn't even look
Yeah,
like himself.
no.
The makeup
He doesn't.
is incredible. So now juxtaposing that to the Critics' Choice, The Shape of Water won best motion picture.
Yep.
So there's this thing within like the award season community that people like track the numbers from every single award show.
Right.
And Metacritic does like a scoreboard and they add up points, right? So if I look at the scoreboard, so from the scoreboard, if the person with the most points were to win the Oscar right now, Get Out would win it. Get Out has 61 points. It's won 11 times in
Wow.
like different. So what do you guys like? Do you think Get Out has a chance of winning or getting a nomination?
For like best picture, I
Yeah,
don't
for best picture.
I don't think so.
Like I enjoyed the movie a lot, and I do think it deserves to be nominated, but I don't think it will just because
Yeah.
of like there's Calling by Your Name, Three Billboards, The Post, and so many other movies that are gonna like because Get Out was revolutionary just because it was a different type of movie.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not.
Such a
Oscar
stacked,
bait.
it's such a stacked year with so many good movies.
This year was incredible for movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Go see them all because they're all
Yeah.
great.
It's like Logan for me. Like I want it to be nominated
Yeah.
too, but I
Yeah.
know it's not going to be.
Yeah. You brought up Logan, and that reminds me, the Producers Guild Awards. The nominations came out. The actual award show is on the 20th, I believe. And there's one surprise movie in there, and that was Wonder Woman. Got a PGA. So how do we feel about that? I personally wouldn't give it. I get it's important,
Yeah.
and it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. But if we're gonna give like a different movie, I'd give it to Logan.
I'd give it to
Yeah.
Logan
I'd
over
give it to
Wonder
Logan
Woman.
as well.
Yeah.
As much as I loved Wonder Woman, Logan was incredible.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
absolutely incredible on every single spectrum.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think it just, especially since it was Hugh Jackman's last movie as that role, and especially for the fans who love all those movies, like it was very emotional for us.
right.
Yeah.
I think it was emotional for people who weren't diehard fans too. They went into that movie and people that don't like superhero movies, they go
Yeah.
to that and actually really enjoy
That
the
movie just felt like a Western.
Right. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. It was really beautiful. So now I want to get to some other talking points. Just real quick, so the Oscars are going back to a live nomination system. Last year they switched it up and they just kind of like dumped all the nominations online at one time, and people weren't a big fan of that. They like building up the anticipation, seeing people read off the names. So they're going back, and the nominees come out this Tuesday, January 23rd at 8:22 in the morning. So you gotta wake up nice and early to see. It's even worse if you're on the West Coast. It's 5:22 a.m. if you want to see them. And then the Oscars are taking place in March this year, and Jimmy Kimmel is hosting again from last year. I personally really liked his hosting last year, so I'm excited. Do you guys like Jimmy Kimmel as a
I
host?
love Jimmy
Yeah, I
Kimmel.
love his riff of Matt.
Yeah.
Damon.
Oh, that's incredible. So, and now there's kind of some controversy. Recently, in the past couple of days, James Franco was accused of sexual harassment by a couple women, and he's been a frontrunner for Best Actor for The Disaster Artist. And I enjoy The Disaster Artist. I think his performance was incredible. So, do you think like these allegations are gonna like stop his getting a nomination, or do you think the voters are just gonna?
I think it could,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, it
I
could.
think it could hurt him.
A lot.
Well,
yeah.
the thing is that it came out like 2 days before voting closed. So I don't know if it was enough time to stop it.
Right.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Also, like if he does get nominated, like what they're gonna say about him at the award show.
Oh, there'll definitely be some.
Yeah, because even at the Globes and Critics' Choice, people like weren't stopping to like say
Yeah.
stuff about Harvey Weinstein and stuff already. So it's gonna be interesting to see
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
This Oscars is definitely going to be different because of all that stuff that's happened.
Yeah. So now let's talk about some front runners. Do you guys have any like movies that you really want to win something, whether it be Best Picture song, animated.
Greatest Showman. As much as you say you don't like it, so many people came out of that movie that hate musicals and loved that movie.
Yeah.
Just because the music is so good. As much as you might not have liked the plot, you don't
Yeah.
like that it's not historically correct, whatever it is that made you not enjoy the movie, I loved it, and so many other people did because of the music.
Yeah, I mean, the music I was like looking forward to because the lyrics were by the guys who wrote the La La Land lyrics, and I love La La Land. I'll say these songs aren't as strong to me as the La La Land songs, and they won the Golden Globe for Best Original Song. So maybe I see them getting a nomination. I personally would either give it to Coco.
Yeah, definitely.
Any of Coco songs.
Yeah, I remember
or
her name.
Call Me By Your Name has some really good original songs. Anyone else?
For me, I kind of want Baby Driver to win like at least some best sound mixing, something like that, because
I think
that movie did
yeah.
so
Yeah.
well with like music. Like it was just
Sound
like
editing.
its own character in that movie.
Yeah.
It
I agree.
was.
And Juan? Have any?
Mine's is the only one that I can think of is Gary Oldman,
Gary Oldman?
because in that movie he just completely turns into Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Like there's one point in the movie where you're just looking and you don't see Gary Oldman at
you
all.
don't.
Yeah.
It's-
Throughout the movie, I didn't even see him as Gary Oldman. I heard the voice and I thought of all the characters he's done, but I didn't really see
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, it's insane. It's kind of like a Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Yeah.
And for me personally, the one I want to win, and he looks like the front runner right now, but I'm still getting nervous, is Guillermo del Toro winning Best Director for Shape
Yeah.
of Water. I love him so much, and I love the movie. And if he does win, that'll mean that in the past 4 years, three Mexican
Mexicans.
directors have won Best Picture.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty awesome feat.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. So anything else? Any like bits or anything in particular we're looking forward to at the Oscars?
Maybe give a win to something for Logan, hopefully. Like
Something
put him in a
for-
category where they
Just
can
even
win.
a nomination,
Yeah.
a shout out, something
Yeah.
for Logan.
Something.
And I think Wonder Woman deserves something too. Like it was like out of all the superhero movies this year, it's definitely Logan and Wonder Woman up there for me.
Well, those are
Logan
the only
Moore's-
ones that I could see being nominated for awards. All the superhero movies this year, barring Justice League, were really good.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be
But some of them I don't think are award worthy.
So, I mean, this year was stacked. This year was one of the best years for film, in my opinion. Go out and see lots of movies. Go out and see Call Me By Your Name, Lady Bird, Shape of Water, because they're going to be big at the Oscars. And yeah, you guys should go definitely see them.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. The Oscars, I believe, are March 3rd, I think.
Third.
Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so this was our first episode back of the new season. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back next Wednesday where we'll be talking about Sundance, I believe. Since
Yep.
Sundance
Yeah.
starts this week, we're going to be talking about some of the movies getting the most buzz and movies that we're going to have to see this year at this time of the year for Oscars
Oscars.
next season. So check out social media and stay tuned for next week's show. This has been Beyond the Critics. See you guys later.